think we're live streaming across the world. My name's James Skeeter, founder of Sales Confidence. We got Shabri Lakhani, who is the CEO and founder of SalesWorks, and Sean Hayes, who is the head of business development at Aircall. Can you just let us know you can hear us and see us? Because that's the difficult part. We can't see if you've gathered around with your drinks. No doubt you're all getting comfortable. We've got London. We've got a living room in Peckham. Love to see what that's like. We got Long Island, New York. We got Victoria. Keep it coming. Let us know where you're coming in from. Okay, thank you, James C. Cook. We know we're live. We know we're streaming. Sorry if some of you only just got on this. We didn't realize we set a cap at 500 and we've blown that out of the water. So I'm expecting hundreds of people to come in from around the world. And I'm really excited about today's event because this is, well, it's a world's first, at least for Sales Confidence and SalesWorks and all our partners, that we are going to focus and elevate on you, the SDR manager or the SDR leader, or maybe there's a couple of SDRs in there that are aspiring. I'd love if you just could answer the question. For those of you in an SDR manager or leader role, can you just type how many months or years you've been in that role? 6 months, 12 months, 7 months, a year. So Shabri, before we introduce Sean and Aircall, I think everyone would love to know, where did the brainwave come for this event that the whole world's got so excited about?
I'm so excited to be here. I can't take full credit for the event, but this was a seed of an idea last year when I said to James, we've made huge traction in the industry with the SDR role, with giving that a community and enablement and recognition. But what seems to be left behind is the actual manager of that role that I often refer to as the unsung hero of that team. And I think with the growth in sales development as a role, we've seen a huge growth in that management role. And so I said to James, I'm really, really keen to put together a community for SDR managers all over the world to network, learn, and share best practices. And I'm completely blown away. Not hugely surprised, but I'm completely blown away by the response that we've had to this event, James. So thanks for having me.
No, thanks for providing the energy and the impetus for this. If I'm honest, when we were talking about this, many of you will know that Sales Confidence is helping people at each stage of their career with their mindset, performance, and well-being. So we've been running SDR events for 3 years. We've been doing we've been doing the leadership events. We've been doing the IC, and I thought, oh, this will be a nice small group of people, and we're do a little bit of networking. But clearly, there's been some pent-up demand, and we've blown this one up. So really excited about sharing everything that we're going to go through today. Just to set the scene, today we've got an incredible lineup of speakers. We're spoiling you. We've got 6 speakers that get 7 minutes. So we keep it short and sweet for them to deliver some valuable insights and takeaways that you can take away. Feel free to ask questions in the chat, and they're most likely to open and answer those once they've gone through their talk, because there's such a short amount of time to deliver value for you. Shabri is going to be co-hosting. So between her and I, she'll be setting the scene and providing an introduction to each speaker and what they're going to be covering. And then at the end, she will wrap up with a panel. Now, once the panel's finished and you've had an opportunity for your questions to be answered, don't forget that there is networking time. And really, already we've surpassed 200 people on this call. So that's an opportunity to make connections in the industry. Right now, we're all desperate to get out and have a good time, but we're stuck in those living rooms in Peckham or Hackney or wherever in the world you are. But make the most of making those new connections online. Sean, I'm going to invite you up in a second. I know you're keen to tell us about Aircall. This isn't possible without our partners, and they've been a fantastic supporter as we continue to grow the community. And their importance is needed because, as many of you would have seen, I've kind of upgraded my day job and spending time at Drift, which you'll learn more about as we go on. But I just want to say a thank you to SalesLoft, Varicent, Venetrix, Aircall, MindTickle now, Air Marketing, SalesWorks, Refract, and also Sales Psyche and Cognizant. So Shabri, just to set the scene, because not everyone's going to know what you do. What's the day-to-day focus for yourself and SalesWorks?
So at SalesWorks, we are a sales development advisory and training company. So at everything we do is sales development, whether it's for your SDRs who've just joined, whether it's for advanced SDRs, or whether it's for SDR leadership. So we work with companies to help build and optimize sales development teams. And one of the things that, you know, I wanted to put out there is that we are, and we still were, the first company in the UK to run dedicated enablement for the SDR leader, which is why this is something that's really close to my heart. And Sean is someone who we've had the pleasure of attending on our SDR leadership workshops. So we're really excited about continuing to grow enablement for this incredibly important function for sales teams.
Great. And that's what it's about. You know, we want to elevate this key function, and we do want to get into the detail of your specific function. And as we start to build and evolve this, we create opportunities for more networking and more learning opportunities. Just another question that I'd love to ask, and please do answer in the chat. Why did you bother signing up today? What are you hoping to get out of today's event? Let us know. And while you're doing that, let's invite Sean up. So Sean, Head of Business Development for Aircall. Aircall have had some phenomenal growth and become the #1 online phone system for sales and support teams over the last few years. Been a great supporter of the sales confidence community. But not everyone knows what Aircall are. We'll introduce you in a bit more detail, but can you just explain to the audience who Aircall are and what your platform provides?
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity to do so. I mean, well, I know a lot of the people here looking at the attendees are based in London, where, as usual, it's cloudy with light rain. But I didn't go onto the BBC weather app to get that info. I got a call from a prospect actually just before I came on. Aircall popped up onto the screen, and it not only told me who was calling, but also what the weather was like, basically where they were. So, and I know many people are here because they're looking for a competitive advantage, and essentially why I tell that story is because Aircall is a phone system that works to give you that advantage wherever possible. It could be like the 5-10% each month that each of us craves. Basically a phone system that can help you hit target rather than simply just helping you make calls. So as I say, I'm looking at the attendees and I actually know quite a few do already use Aircall, but for those less familiar, as you said, it's a phone system designed for sales and support teams. I don't want to throw a load of features as bad, that would be bad sales, like analytics, training, coaching, mobile. But in real terms for our SDRs, and of course we use it ourselves every single day, it reduces the time that we would ordinarily spend on pre and post call admin, so we can spend more time selling.
Awesome. Great story, great example of a leader. And I think a lot of us in this function talk about the importance of developing SDRs. There's been a huge increase in demand for SDRs, and I'm sure a lot of you are fighting for talent out there. And Elaine's going to be talking from Venetrix later about the importance of how you develop talent attraction side of your business. Can you just tell us one thing? What's the one thing you look for when hiring for good SDRs to join your team? Could it be a characteristic, a capability, personality trait? Let us know that one thing. So Sean, do you mind just dropping off, and we'll invite you back in a moment. And then Shabri, why don't we kick off our first introduction to our first speaker, because that's what everybody's come for.